Hello, my loves. Welcome to chapter 3. I had to give a short little video because my video didn't want to record chapter 3. And when I tried to go back to make the corrections, because there was some corrections dealing with spelling, it wouldn't let me do it. So I am aware that there are some corrections. This is the second recording of this. So I had to leave them in there, but I want to make this little video to let you know I know. And I am grateful for your patience. Still trying to get this tech thing down. But never mind that. And on one of the sides, there's something that's repetitive. Never mind that. It's still useful information. But I just wanted to let you know that I am aware and I am very appreciative that you are watching the video. So with that, namaste and enjoy the video. Welcome to chapter 3. Yes, I did not forget. We are here now. So we are going to be talking about embracing self-compassion. This is a self-development class to set you up for success with your personal change. It is a part of the Transformational Tantra series of the Quantum Self-Love series. Couple of mental notes. Please see a mental health professional. If you are experiencing any unhealthy triggers, stop the video and reach out to someone qualified to help you. This program is for educational and spiritual purposes only. Understand that I am not a mental health professional yet. So please, if you are seeing someone, continue to see them. But if you get really triggered, stop the video, take a moment and rest. And then if you can pick it up, please do. If you cannot, make sure it's something that you're discussing with your professional. So our training objectives are understanding the difference between self-love and self-compassion, relating how quantum mechanics relates to self-compassion, and create an actual self-compassion plan. Now, we've been working on self-love, and I'm being mindful of the difference between self-love and self-compassion. So understand there is a difference between the two. Okay. And we're going to get into that and what that means and what leads to that difference. So we're going to discuss the concept of compassion in quantum terms, how to cultivate compassion in your daily life, and creating a self-love goal plan. So let's get started. All right. So this particular piece of quantum mechanics deals with quantum entanglement. Okay. Quantum mechanics is a branch of physics that deals with the behavior of matter and energy on the atomic and subatomic particle level. All right. It is highly successful and an accurate theory that has profound insights into the nature of the universe, how that is reflected in us and outward. Okay. However, applying quantum concepts directly to abstract notions like compassion, self-love, may seem metaphorical rather than scientific. But remember, I said science and spirituality, there's no difference. So if we're to explore a metaphorical connection between compassion and quantum mechanics, we might want to consider the interconnectedness and interdependence observed in the quantum systems. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, quantum entanglement, for example, is a phenomenon where particles become correlated in such a way that the state of one particle instantly influences the state of another particle, regardless of the distance between them. So in a metaphorical sense, one could draw parallels between interconnected nature of quantum particles and the idea that living beings are all interconnected on a deeper level. Just as particles are entangled and influence each other, individuals in a community may be interconnected in ways that extend beyond our immediate perception. So, for example, work environments, family environments, friendship groups, war, world hunger, we call it natural disasters. Those all affect us, whether in our communities or worldwide. Okay. Self-compassion. Compassion in a human context is generally understood as a deep awareness of empathy for another's suffering, our own, coupled with a desire to alleviate that suffering. So understand that compassion is the higher level of love. Okay? Love is the grit work. That's what I say. Love is what we walk through to understand what is going on. Then when empathy is hitting that, okay, so there's a self empathy and there's empathy for everyone else. If we have it for ourselves, it's going to be easier for us to have it for everyone else, right? So self-love is a journey of self-awareness and the work of learning to be selfless to self and seeing how it relates to others. Loving self allows us to see we are mirrors toward others and our outer world. Excuse me. Self compassion is the understanding of loving ourselves, leads to combined empathetic consciousness with others to work in tandem with all. I have a saying: everyone reaches for compassion, and people don't even know what love is. Divine Celiane said that. Okay? You got to start at love to get to compassion. You got to have empathy to even understand anyone outside of yourself, and empathy for self to give yourself grace and allowing you to learn what it is that you need to learn. Okay. So, along with self empathy and the self importance of self forgiveness, no judgment and universal understanding of love from within to without. No judgment, empathy, right? If self love is the work, self compassion is the arrival at a higher understanding of conscious love. Connecting the dots. So, the concept of compassion could be likened to an awareness and acknowledgement of this interconnectedness, recognizing that the well being of one is intertwined with the well being of all. Hence, love is all. We are all one. Collective consciousness, right? In this metaphorical interpretation, the compassion felt for others could be seen as an acknowledgement of the shared quantum field that connects individuals on a fundamental level. So, meaning, following the law of the universe, the mirror. Okay, we mirror out to people who and what we are. Looking at quantum mechanics, within, without, without, within, right? Our energies are influenced by other people in a good or bad way, like your aura field. When you walk by someone, you know someone doesn't feel right, or your kids, you drop them off at someone's place and you're not paying attention that they're having a fit, that they got to go with that person. You need to be paying attention because they may be feeling something from that person that ain't right. Okay, that kind of thing. Our internal environment is radiated out to others and picked up on by others. That's why we know when people don't like us. That's why we know when people do like us or like us too much. We know when we can feel, using our intuition to feel. That's what this is. That's a part of it. This is an understanding state of non-duality of self. That's what compassion is. Compassion is that level of non-duality. It doesn't need to exist anymore. Okay. And understanding that it is complicated and simplistic at the same time. Because once you walk through everything you need to walk through, that journey is complicated. But when you get to an understanding what compassion really is, you will see it's not complicated at all. But it does take practice and time to keep in balance. Okay. And to stay in that non duality state. We are naturally dualistic creatures. Some of our signs are naturally dualistic. That is our non dual state. I understand that as a Gemini. But understanding all is one is the non dual state. We develop an empathy for our journey and seeing the relatedness of our journey with others. We understand that we are not separate from everyone else. We are not separate from ourselves, universe, spirit, people, what else have you. We're one. Okay. So building self empathy in self means we can have a better understanding and using that empathy with others. So the next part is the summary of your self compassion plan. Okay, so we're going to go over the prep. Identify where you are at in your self-love journey. Are you at empathy? Are you empathizing with yourself? Are you empathizing with other people, or are you judging? Or are you in the work of love? Are you just starting and at the bare basic at the work of love and just starting to walk it? Identify obstacles and solutions to those obstacles that are in your way. Writing down why you do certain things and what those certain things have stopped you from being able to accomplish. Then coming up with a plan of how can I change this? How can I accomplish this? Create or find self reflection questions or journal these things. Every day, at the end of the day or in the beginning of the day, you should be journaling. You should be writing down what your goals are for the day. You should be journaling and then keeping tabs on it. Action. What are your love goals? Yes, there are love goals. What do you want to accomplish in this self love journey? Make sure they're measurable. SMART goals. If you don't know what SMART goals are, look them up. Okay. But to recap, they're specific. They have to be specific. They have to be measurable. You're collecting data on them. They have to be attainable. Okay. They have to be reasonable, realistic. And there's a time limit. There's a timetable in which you're measuring because you're collecting data, right? um, you have a main idea goal, and then you have smaller goals to attain that bigger goal, right? These are your milestones in quantifiable time. How long do you want it to take for you to reach that particular goal? Then you know what work you need to do towards it. Make a daily and weekly action plan and chart daily habits and how you made changes to form different habits. Create a self-care routine. Okay? Self-love, self-compassion, self-care routine. Get an accountability partner. Do not get somebody who's going to let you pass and be like, it's okay, pat you on the head, and then what change are you going to make? No, you get someone to hold you accountable. When we have workout partners or when we work out, we have someone holding us accountable to make that real change, right? Same thing on your self-love journey. Adapt and adjust as you do. Celebrate the accomplishments you do make on your goals. Don't wait for the big goal. Give yourself a little celebration for the smaller goals, for the little milestones, okay? Positive affirmations, subliminals, visualization, guided practice. These are all good for identifying your obstacles, but getting over the obstacle, how to get over it. Okay. Doing your research, regular check ins with your accountability partner. Reflect on future planning that is for your positive growth. You're going to constantly change. You are not static. So your goals have to change with you. It may take a couple of weeks. It may take a couple of days. Okay. So if you attain that particular goal, you've put it in practice because the universe is going to test you. And that's what tests you to see if you actually learned it is the universe. It will give you a situation, and it will either make you a catalyst or bring a catalyst to you to see if you actually really learned it. If you have not, go back and relearn it again. What this is doing is getting you to pay attention real time to what you're doing, what you're manifesting, what you're bringing in that you don't understand why you are or why you aren't, and then what consequences you're bringing to yourself, what karma you're bringing to yourself, and how to say, no, I can stop doing this. I can replace it with this. This is better for me. And this is going to help me bring in what I need. That's basically what you're doing. So checking for understanding. Quantum entanglement is the understanding that particle behavior are affected by others, just like love. Just like any behavior we have that deals with other people, it will affect other people. So, picture particles, for example, don't have to be near each other to affect each other. Okay. So, just like when you spread love and positivity, it affects others around you, even at a distance. We on YouTube, for example, we affect other people all around the world if our videos are allowed to reach that far. We affect people that we come in contact with, right? That we reach. So they may not be near us, they can be at a distance from us, but we're still affecting them. We're still affecting the universal community. We're still affecting the universal consciousness. That's where we're all trying to go. So love is the work you do on yourself and with others, right? It's still the action that we take to get to the compassionate state, because that's the higher state of understanding. And understanding, we work toward a compassionate state. Compassion is the empathy, of another struggle and understanding your suffering is reflected in others. In other words, you walk through your suffering to be able to help someone else with their suffering, and understanding, and them getting understanding, we understand each other. Then, and that, and being tested again by the universe, then you're able to go on and help someone else. You're paying it forward by helping someone else, and that helps our universal community. Make an action plan towards self-compassionate change, looking through the eyes of love. So the resources for you are found in the resource folder on the Wisdom Speaks website. And your homework, create a self-compassion, self-love game plan. And I will include some pages in the resource folder for week 3. Journal your questions and your progress. You're measuring your data and how far you've come. State your baseline, where you're starting from, where you've gone to. Okay? Collect data for yourself. Celebrate your milestones. Give yourself accolades for reaching these levels. These things are hard. Chart daily habits. You're going to notice as you ascend, you're going to dig deeper into yourself. Okay? You're going to hit levels deeper and deeper as you keep going like this. It's really cool how that works. And then give yourself grace. Give yourself empathy. Give yourself forgiveness. And give yourself time and grace to achieve what you need to achieve with these goals. One thing I noticed, and I don't know what study, I don't know if a study has ever done this, but this is for me personally. I notice it takes me 3 days to either forget something that I've learned, or it will take me 3 days to really let it sit in and be like, okay, I get it. I can move forward. Now, all the time I'm sitting up here ruminating in my subconscious, right? But then I can do that and take it, and then I'm starting to able to move forward. And then 21 days to actually change that habit with consistent practice. Understand, with consistent practice. All right. Thank you so much for listening. You have my email, my social media at Divine Celiane, at Divine_Celiane, for Instagram. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please reach out to me. Your resources will be in your resource folder by tomorrow. And no, it won't take as long to do chapter 4. I promise. I'm going to start working on that soon since I get caught up in my other school stuff. But I am so grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to want to walk towards your change. You are loved. Namaste.